Everyone says these missions are impossible, but what if you were playing them wrong the whole time? I still remember breaking a controller because of this mission. Wrong Side of the Tracks is one of the most hated missions, but it's not hard at all. In this mission, we take Big Smoke to Unity Station, and that's where everything goes wrong. To complete the mission, you need to grab a bike with Big Smoke, chase the train, and let him take out all the enemies. Most players think the goal is to stay as close to the train as possible, but that's actually the biggest mistake. When you're too close, Big Smoke keeps shooting into the side of the train and completely misses the Vagos. Instead, you need to keep a bit of distance. This gives Big Smoke a clear angle. And suddenly, he actually hits his shots. And just like that, the mission becomes way easier. There's also another method. You can actually overtake the train, jump onto a nearby roof, wait for it to pass, and then land on top of the train with your bike. From there, you can take out the enemies yourself. But this requires some solid driving skills. So yeah, this impossible mission, it's actually one of the easiest once you understand how it really works. Then there's Freefall mission. You head to the airport, steal a dodo plane, and try to intercept a Shamal jet heading to Las Venturas. Sounds simple, right? But the dodo is actually slower than the Shamal, so chasing it from behind almost never works. Most players try to follow the jet, climb behind it, and desperately catch up. Here's a little trick. As soon as you take off, start climbing while flying north. Now watch the yellow blip on your radar. If the blip points up, the plane is above you. If it points down, you're too high. Use this to adjust your altitude as you approach. Most players try to chase the jet at the same level, but that's what makes it so hard. Instead, climb slightly above it. Once you can see the Shamal below you, make a sharp turn and line up behind it, but stay above the plane. Slowly lower your altitude, and when you're right above the checkpoint, dive straight into it. This makes the interception much easier. And just like that, the hardest part of the mission becomes trivial. Now this mission was something else. Supply lines. Yeah, most players remember this one. In this mission, you control a small RC plane, and your goal is to take out multiple couriers across the city before they complete their deliveries. Sounds simple until you realize one thing. You're constantly running out of fuel, and for many players, that's where the mission becomes a nightmare. Back on the original PlayStation 2 version, the fuel drained extremely fast, which meant you had almost no room for mistakes. Every turn, every landing, every missed shot cost you valuable fuel. And if you weren't careful, you simply wouldn't make it back. This is why so many players struggled with this mission. It wasn't just difficult, it was actually unforgiving. Later versions of the game made it easier. The fuel system was adjusted, giving you more time and more control. But in the original version, you needed near-perfect flying, especially on a controller. So yeah, if you remember this mission as being insanely hard, you're not wrong, it actually was. A lot of players struggled with Life's a Beach mission. This is your first mission for OG Locke, where you need to steal a sound van for his next party. To do that, you head to the beach in Los Santos where a party is already in full swing. But before you can take the van, you need to beat the DJ in a dance challenge. And this is where things get real frustrating. To win the challenge, you need to reach a certain score before the timer runs out. In the original PlayStation 2 version of GTA San Andreas, that meant scoring at least 4,000 points. This was later reduced to 2,500 in newer releases. Many players believed the music was out of sync or that the inputs didn't match the rhythm. Did you struggle with this on PS2? Let me know in the comments. But there's a secret trick. You can actually skip the dance completely. Instead of starting the challenge, recruit a Grove Street member and bring him to the van. Get inside the van with him, then tell him to stop following you so he stays inside. It's a bit tricky. Now step away from the van and shoot your homie from a distance. He'll get out of the van and leave the door open. And just like that, the van is yours. And you don't even need to beat the dance challenge. Now, learning to fly. I remember spending nearly 2 hours on this mission as a kid, just trying to pass everything on PS2. And yeah, I probably broke a controller doing it. This is also known as the flying school. something almost every player remembers as one of the most frustrating parts of the game. The early tests are manageable, but things quickly get more difficult. Tight turns, precise landings, and very little room for mistakes. You actually need control, you need precision, and most importantly, patience. For many players, this is where progress just stops. Not because the mission is broken, but because it demands real skill. I actually think this mission is much easier on keyboard and mouse than on a controller. Let me know in the comments, which one did you play on? Now this one feels way harder than it actually is. N.O.E. is a mission where you pilot a rustler and fly across the entire state of San Andreas. Sounds simple, but there's a catch. You need to stay below the radar. On the right side of your screen, you'll see a visibility bar. If that bar fills up, you'll be detected, and hydrojets will start chasing you. But here's a little trick. The safest way to complete this mission is to fly over the water the entire time. Just follow the coastline and stay low. Even if the route is slightly longer, it's much safer and still fast enough. You should be able to reach Angel Pine in under 4 minutes. Once you reach the drop point, you need to fly all the way back to Verdant Meadows. Just use the exact same strategy. Fly over the water, stay low, stay out of radar. And if you're feeling confident like me, you can even try crazy routes like flying upside down across the map. Piece of cake! Ah yes, this mission feels way more annoying than it should be. In this mission you need to pick up OG Locke, chase down Freddy and take him out. Sounds easy, until the chase begins. OG Locke is supposed to help you, but let's be honest, he's terrible. His aim is awful, he barely hits anything. No matter how much OG Locke shoots, Freddy's not going down. But here's the trick to make the chase easier. Before starting the mission, grab a weapon like a Tech-9, Uzi or MP5 and make sure you have plenty of ammo. Then during the chase, get as close to Freddy as possible and start shooting his bike. After a few hits it will catch fire and then explode. After that, all that's left is to drive OG Locke to Burger Shot and you're done. And finally, Stowaway. For many players this mission feels like a nightmare, especially the first part. You chase a moving plane and your goal is simple. Get onto the ramp before it takes off. For most players, getting onto the plane feels almost impossible. Barrels are falling out of the cargo bay, and one mistake means starting over. But here's what the game never really tells you. You can actually make your bike faster. While riding, tap the button to lean forward repeatedly. This gives you a small speed boost, and makes it much easier to reach the ramp in time. And just like that, the hardest part of the mission becomes manageable. Most players never realize this. So what do you think? Were these missions really that hard, or did we just not know how to play them? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.